This week, Scott Huntsman joins me as we head out to the Red Rocks to test drive a unique vehicle that's completely manufactured right here in the beautiful state of Utah.
That's right, Chad, and I cannot wait to hit the road. Then, over the river and through the desert, the AYL crew visits a unique trail that is sure to be a mudslinger.
Finally, our friends from Jorgensen's are showing you one special way to create a magical holiday tradition as they show you how to tag and bag your very own Christmas tree. It's all coming your way right now. At Your Leisure is next. You know, Scott, I've traveled Highway 128 outside of Moab in all kinds of ways. I've been on bike, I've been on motorcycles, I've been in cars, Jeeps. I've never done this, though.
I haven't either, and this is beautiful. I can't wait for this. This is going to be fun.
It is. Hi, everybody. Welcome to At Your Leisure. I'm Chad Booth.
And I'm Scott Huntsman, and we are on Highway 128 in Moab. This is the scenic byway, and I'm filling in for Rhea, who just happened not to make it today because I pushed her in a closet and locked the door. Just so you know when you get back, that's why I'm here.
She's going to be mad at you.
Yes, that's okay. I can deal with that.
We are riding in Vanderhalls today. These are a locally built car, built right here in Utah, from the ground up. And they are, what do you call them, Scott? It's
an autocycle.
They're an autocycle. And as you're driving down the highway, you got all this excitement going. You've got three wheels that performs like four in a much more expensive version.
Oh, and beautiful. Turbocharged little four-cylinder GM engine. These have some power, and I'm excited to drive
Which is perfect for the LaSalle Loop, because this is a road that's got lots of twists and turns and switchbacks and hills to climb and all kinds of things like that. And these, I think, are going to be the great car. Let's find out a little bit about what this trip is like.
Yeah, let's do it.
Constantly, we get calls from people coming to Moab asking about the best way to go see our national parks. And the Vanderhalls are the ticket. You can go out, enjoy the beautiful scenery up above you and all around you with a really unique experience. With the all aluminum chassis, the cars are extremely light. And then you have the GM four-cylinder motor in there. And with that low weight and high power ratio, it just makes the car really, really fun to drive. You're planted down on the ground. Vanderhall went above and beyond and put in a GM transmission as well. So it's front wheel drive, and so it picks up and goes quick. The base model, the Venice, which is behind me, is probably their most popular. Fun, sporty. They also have a model called the Carmel that has doors. And so a little bit easier to get in and out of. It's a little wider in the passenger compartment. But overall, it drives really, really similar. And then they have the Edison edition, which is all electric. So you can rent a Vanderhall for a half day at $199 or $349 for the full day, or 24 hours. You go out to dinner, go to the park, do a couple of the nice scenic drives here. We also do multi-days.
Well, whatever you do, when you're taking a day to travel by Vanderhall around the LaSalle Loop, make sure that you take plenty of time to stop and soak it in. Because while these are a lot of fun, you still can't get the full beauty unless you can just kind of turn around.
It's absolutely amazing up here, and when you stop and you get a look around and see all the red rock and all the beauty, this is the best way to see it, out in the open air.
Oh yeah.
It doesn't get any better than this.
No, and that's why we keep coming back down. That's why you got a house down here.
Exactly. That's why we come down here a lot. This is my happy place.
Well, my happy place is going to be back out on the road. I think we should get going, Scott.
Let's do it.
While we do that, why don't you go to this week's Where To Adventure? Lead the way, buddy.
Let's go.
At first blush, this would seem like just another group ride in the beautiful red rock tapestries of southern Utah.
But this one is different because the riders are government officials from Utah and beyond, and the trail is no ordinary off-road expedition.
We're at Elephant Butte right now. This is our staging area, and we'll be heading down through the barracks to Mount Carmel, through the river. It's probably one of the #1 rides in southern Utah. We have a lot of people love to ride this.
The road ahead for these hardy explorers will ford the Virgin River 26 times. For some adventuring today, it's all about a change of scenery from the recreation closer to home.
We're used to riding on the Manti South, so you've got the mountains a lot slower, but the Red Rock, it is very beautiful.
We'll be seeing some things I've never seen before. This kind of landscape here is just incredible. It's just very colorful and different from where I'm used to. You can see where I come from is where we've got a lot of conifer trees.
For Jennifer Fielder, a state senator for Montana and president of the American Lands Council, an organization that advocates for direct state and local management on public lands, this is a trip of education.
The main focus of the trip is to learn from one another and experience the beautiful outdoors and talk about ideas on how we can be better stewards.
Access is paramount to help people far removed from these areas in their daily lives better understand how to best protect them while still reveling in their striking grandeur.
This is the first time riding in this area, and it's beautiful. Just all different sceneries, rock crawling, sand washes. We've rode all over, and this is one of the best places to ride. Everybody needs to come down here.
Oh my gosh, just look at it, the different layers of the formations, and I walked over to the edge a little lower down there, and here's a creek running through, and you can just see this little ponds of water in this desert country, and it is breathtaking.
I'm loving it. This is great. We look for these kind of trails to go play on.
There is nothing that cements the memory of a remarkable trip like a good meal and a conversation.
We ended up at the Thunderbird Cafe and had a nice steak and great meal. Now we've got to turn around and go back to our trucks, and that's going to be a little bit of a challenge. If I make it back to my truck in one piece, I'll be great.
Barracks Trail was great. It's a little slow to start, lots of sand, but got a little more aggressive, and crossing through the water was a lot of fun and a little muddy in spots, so I'm on my second shirt, but it's been great.
Today is crystallizing as a memory for our adventurers, but the Barracks Trail will be just as beautiful for those who visit it tomorrow. Access and conservation are not mutually exclusive.
And you just stay on the trail and you treat the land well, and there's millions of acres out here to see, but that doesn't mean you have to tromp all over all of it. You just get a few good trails and you can see an awful lot of country. It's just gorgeous. So yeah, respect the land and respect your fellow enthusiasts that are out here, share it and enjoy it.
Senator, we agree. For AYL, I'm Chad Booth. Now, you stay with us when we come back. Bacon Bill and Samantha are going to be making some curry, but not in a hurry.
Fly higher. Go further. Do more. Pursue your passion with Polaris, the world leader in off-road. Live wide open in a high-performance RZR. Chase adventure on a legendary Sportsman. Or get more done with a hard-working Ranger. Enjoy savings up to $3,500 during the Polaris Factory Authorized Clearance.
Hi, my name is Spencer Cox. I'm the Lieutenant Governor of the state of Utah, and I'm the new spokesperson for Ride On. Ride On is a unique partnership between all the land managing agencies in the state of Utah to maintain trails, to advocate safety, to advocate wise stewardship amongst all of us who use these trails. And I'm doing it because trails matter to me. This is important for my children. I want them to be safe, and I want them to be stewards of the trail. If you would like more information, go to ohv.utah.gov.
For as long as I can remember, this is what we do. Rising early to take on the desert. Every weekend, every month, every year, we ride Can-Am.
She usually sits out a bike trip, but for some quirky reason, she decided to come along this time. It must have been that perfect fall weather.
When we first started up the canyon, I just spent time looking at the rugged peaks. Then, as we started through the curves, The rhythm of the bike was like the two of us doing the samba.
When we got to the summit and looked at the world below us, she let out a little gasp and whispered, "Beautiful." Then she gave me that look, that one that reminds you how close we really are. This was turning into that trip of a lifetime.
This What's New segment is brought to you by Tunex. Hunting season's here. Is your rig ready? Come and see us.
Alrighty, everybody, welcome back to At Your Leisure. What are we doing today, Bill?
We are doing Dutch oven curry.
Ooh, alrighty.
You ever had curry before?
I have had curry, but never from a Dutch oven.
Well, it's about the same, except I like to have things in and take them out.
Well, let's get to cooking. I'm very excited.
Okay.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and chop this up.
Okay, I'm gonna dump that in here.
All right, we're dumping the peppers in.
We're using some meatballs here, some turkey meatballs. Let's pour in a little bit of olive oil.
All right.
And we just put in some onions, and we're gonna put our curry block in.
Okay.
This is a medium hot curry. Preferably when you start out, you want to use a mild and not a medium or a hot. Let's see how our hard-boiled vegetables and carrots are coming here.
Alrighty, and what all do we have in here?
Carrots and potatoes. Okay.
All right, we're just straining it out now, yeah? Vegetables look good.
Yeah, those are potatoes and carrots. They're steamed nicely. Let's add those in.
All right, so on to the noodles.
Yep.
Perfect.
Quarter cup. That's good enough. They'll swell up nicely. Okay, let's get some chicken broth. Let's pour all of that in.
All of it?
Yep. Okay, let's take a look and see how
All
our...
right, I'm ready. Oh, those look good. All right, so
Okay.
scrape it all up, and then do we pour it in, or?
Yeah, you want to scrape it in as I lift this up?
All right.
Okay, let's just stir that around now.
All right.
And you can use a variety of meats. You can use shrimp, chicken, beef, turkey. Well, let's put the lid back on for a second.
Okay.
Meantime, get some spoons ready.
All right.
There's the
curry is
spoons here.
ready.
Let's do one last stir.
The most important stir, right? Get all the flavors in all the right places.
Yep. Smell that aroma?
Yes. My timer is saying that it's ready.
That's right. Okay.
All right.
Remember the procedure here?
I think
Do
I know
arm
the
lock.
drill.
Okay.
Cheers.
Without spilling it on your arm and burning it.
Mm.
Oh boy.
Wow.
That's just right. Another recipe for At Your Leisure. So get out there, take your Dutch ovens, your heat source, and your food, and cook in your Dutch ovens and enjoy Utah.
I like that. That's very good.
Okay.
All right. Thank you guys so much. We'll be right back with more At Your Leisure after this commercial break.
There's a little place on a Utah map where I was raised, where my heart's at, where the sagebrush grows wild and high, and the stars come out at night. Oh, there ain't nothing like being raised in the basin with a Ute reservation, skiing starvation, that Duchesne County life.
When we go on vacation, I never ask, are we there yet? Because my daddy makes sure each stop we make is at Eagles Landing. They have such cool things for kids, like a petting zoo. They have the cleanest bathrooms on Earth, and Daddy doesn't freak out pulling up to the pumps, because they're really big and he says it's the best gas in the world. And you can get your tire fixed, like we had to. Oh, and their food is so yummy. Eagles Landing is so much fun, I don't care if we ever get there.
Hi, I'm Nolan Stedman.
And I'm Bruce Stedman.
We have been selling motorcycles like this since 1960.
Motorcycle has been part of our family forever.
We love riding and enjoying the outdoors, everything that Utah has to offer.
Riding motorcycles, snowmobiles, ATVs, and now side-by-sides. That's what we do. It's who we are.
Stedman's Recreation in Tooele. We've been proudly serving Utah's families for over 50 years.
Stedman's Recreation in Tooele. You may think it's 300 miles out there, but remember, it's only 30 back.
You know, Scott, now I know why they say keep your hands inside at all times, because I can actually be in driving position and touch the road.
Yeah, that's no kidding. I can't believe how low we sit in these cars. I mean, these things are just fun. Hey, welcome back to At Your Leisure, everybody. We're sitting up here at the very top of the LaSalle Mountain Loop, and in the Vanderhalls that we rented from High Point in Moab.
You know, I've been watching these cars. I've been seeing the billboards on the freeway. I've been reading some articles about them. But I'm really impressed with how these little things handle.
They really do handle great. I mean, I gotta say, these things get around those corners, coming up the switchbacks to get up here. You can just turn these things tight. They're so lightweight. You keep that turbo spooled up, and you've got that power immediately. You can manually shift, you can let it automatically shift. I think the only thing that's just a little tricky for me is we see that little pebble in the road, so you like to straddle it like you do on a car.
And then
but
you
your
run
rear tire still gets
you
it.
run over the back tire. You have to learn to just kind of get it right in between.
It just slightly.
Yeah.
Oh, these are a lot of fun. I've had a great time doing this.
Yeah. You know what's amazing to me though, Scott, is that when these cars start out in the morning at the factory, they're nothing but sheet aluminum. And all of the whole frame is CNC cut and welded. And so they have a complete box frame that's built for them. By the end of the day, they don't cast anything other than the suspension and then put a Chevy motor in them. And the rest of them is all just custom built stuff. So.
Exactly. They almost seem like they're an external type of frame. The frame sits to the outsides, and everything's all kind of contained to the inside of it. So it is really a very unique design.
And I would imagine to the degree you're exposed to the world, that does make it a little bit safer.
Yes, indeed. I feel plenty safe in it. I never felt as if I was going to lose control or tip the car. I had a lot of people comment wanting to know, is it going to feel like it's going to go over? Not in the least.
I totally, unless I'm looking at your tail end, your butt driving down the road, I forget they're a three-wheeled car.
You do.
Yeah.
You don't even know it.
Yeah.
The front view out of these things are great. You're just in an open roadster. Dates you back to a different day. It's like you're in an Italian sports car.
Actually, you know what I think it reminds me of? Remember the really early MG TDs that kind of had the long skinny cowl and then the fenders out there? The dash, the arch of the dash kind of reminds me of that.
That's exactly what it is. It's just a great little dashboard. It's small, 2 people, you sit pretty tight, but you get plenty cozy, so definitely go with somebody you love. So the aluminum chassis on this car really does handle very well. It's handling the corners with great ease, good stability, and the turbo kicking in is wonderful. I love the turbo.
Driving this car reminds me of driving a Lotus. I had a chance to do that a few years ago on this show, if you'll remember. This thing has got sticky tires. It's like rubber cement gluing it to the road. Well, right now it's time for us to head off to this week's Along the Way.
Another holiday season is upon us. It's a time to get together, a time to spend with family and friends. Maybe enjoy a great home-cooked meal. And it's a time when families celebrate traditions. These traditions keep us connected from generation to generation. And Christmas traditions seem to have a special way of transforming into cherished memories. Today we're following one young family as they show us one of their favorite Christmas traditions.
We're the Kirks. We're here at Jorgensen's in Richfield, Utah. We're here to buy our Christmas tree tag to cut down our Christmas trees today.
Okay, they're $10.
$10, okay.
So each tree tag are $10. They are personal, so it's one per family. We have this helpful little hint list on the back here, and it tells you like which ones are ones that you can cut down and which ones you can't. You can cut them down with a chainsaw, you can cut them down with a shotgun, you can cut them down like any way, pretty much. So it's just something that's fun to make memories with the family.
With their tree tag in hand, this family is ready to hit the road, and more importantly, make some memories along the way. Perhaps one of the best parts of this Christmas tree hunt is that you get to spend some quality time together and enjoy a scenic ride through some of Utah's most gorgeous landscapes. After a fun-filled day riding in Fish Lake National Forest, they find the perfect tree, and it's time to take it down.
Like this one.
You like this one?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we'll do it.
I don't care.
Let's
Wanna do it?
Yep.
Okay.
Mason picked it out.
You like this one, Mace?
Okay.
Is it good enough?
Perfect.
I grew up always going up here to get our family Christmas tree every year.
I had a fake Christmas tree all grown up, and then when I married Mackenzie, she introduced me to real Christmas trees, and we've been doing it ever since. Our boys don't know anything different. Mine's shooting it down with a shotgun. That's my favorite part.
Finding the right tree.
Today, the Kirks are going home with a Christmas tree. A fun story, and most importantly, a memory that will surely last a lifetime.
I think I'll always remember going to get trees.
I think so. Yep.
Probably.
Hopefully our boys will carry it on with their families too.
If you're interested in starting a tradition of your own and are headed down Richfield Way, you can get a tree tag at Jorgensen's. Come on, your new family tradition is waiting. For At Your Leisure, somewhere along the way, I'm Joe Davis.
That Ski-Doo feeling presents the ultimate freedom. Introducing the 2020 Ski-Doo Deep Snow Sleds. The Ski-Doo sales event is on now. Visit your local dealer for details.
Hey, you don't have to miss 1 second of adventure. Follow At Your Leisure on YouTube to watch full episodes or your favorite stories from the show. And don't forget to like us on Facebook and Instagram to stay up to date on all of At Your Leisure's adventures.
Welcome back to At Your Leisure. As you can see behind us, we're almost to the end of our trip.
That's true. There's Ken's Lake in the foreground, Moab behind it. And I got to tell you, Scott, this has been fun going over the tops of the mountains. I feel like Jean-Pierre Sarti in the Grand Prix.
Well, I'll tell you what, I love the open air feel of these Vanderhalls. I mean, they're great. And here we are pretty much in the fall. It is fall. A little bit nip in the air. It's a wonderful day, but you know, seat warmers in there.
And
warm
heaters.
me right up and blowing heat on you. You can't get any better than that. Wonderful day. They're glued to the road. They just handle so well. It's just been a lot of fun.
So right now, let's take a look at what's coming up. We got a contest winner.
This week's contest winner was spotted on our Jeep trip out in Colorado a few weeks ago, and his license plate number V198BU. And it looks like they're the lucky winner of an annual park pass for Utah State Parks. This pass allows you day access to any of the Utah State Parks free of charge, and it's good for a whole year.
Congratulations, and be sure to call us on Monday at 801-947-8888 to claim your prize. Now, let's take a look at our calendar of events.
This weekend, ski season kicks off as Powder Mountain Ski Resort just opened this weekend, and Eagle Point in Beaver opens on December 20th.
Then, on December 4th through the 7th is the Christ Kindle Mark, which offers a unique cultural holiday experience for the whole family at This Is the Place Heritage State Park. Scott, that is so much fun up there.
And keep in mind that there's a bunch of Christmas light events going on now through the end of December, including some of our favorites from last year, like Christmas in Color or Fantasy at the Bay at Willards Bay. There's tons of options, so get out and get the whole family in the Christmas spirit. Now, let's take a look at next week's show.
Okay, next week we're following the Lone Peak Four-Wheelers Jeep Club out to Prospector Trail, and you'll be surprised what we find on these old desert roads.
Then, we're off to Richfield with our friends from Jorgensen's as they take us on a brand new trail system that might not be the kind of trail system you think it is.
Finally, Reistein is headed out to one of the world's most dramatic and rugged landscapes as he takes a trip to the Norwegian fjords.
Looks like next week's show is going to be every bit as much fun today, although maybe not as fast.
Well, fast is exactly what we've had today, and it was my pleasure to be here. I'll fill in for Rhea, aka in the closet today, anytime. You know, you can rent these from High Point ATV and Hummer Tours here right in Moab. And they're also a dealer as well.
That's right. You can rent them on half day or full day, or just fall in love with them so much you take them home.
Exactly. But I might end up with one, Chad, after this time. It's been a great time. We've had a lot of fun here.
It's definitely on my bucket list now. I know what's going to have to happen here. Anyway, just remember, there's adventure around every bend. In fact, I see our next adventure right there on this curve.
Just get out and create your own Vanderhall adventure.
At your leisure. All right, I'll race you to the bottom, buddy.
Okay, let's do it.